Hi, my name is Fatou Cisse. I am with Kairosu Home Care. Thank you for tuning in. Today I'm going to talk about loneliness as it relates to caregiving. A lot of times when we think about loneliness, we're thinking about isolation, not connecting to people. Um, when we think about it, it's more social isolation, which is accurate, but at the same time, you can feel lonely in your caregiving journey, even if you have that social network around you. So today, that's the aspect that we are going to try to address here and help those that find themselves in those situations to be able to address that appropriately. So the lack of social connection when it comes to caregiving, it can be detrimental because you then stay within your bubble. It's like that's your world. You're trapped in it, and you don't have support that helps you through that journey. You don't have a shoulder to lean on, to cry on, to laugh with when it comes to caregiving experiences, and all of these happen in the journey. There are things that makes you laugh as hard as you can, and there are things that make you cry out. So I mean, it's like a mixed emotion of experience that happens with it. So today I'm going to talk about those parts. So if you are caring for someone and you're new to the caregiving world, because there is a lot of also experienced family caregivers out there, but this is especially for those that are new to the caregiving world. I think it would benefit anybody, but I'll emphasize the need for those that are new to this journey. I think the first thing that you need to do is to educate yourself about what caregiving is all about, specific to the needs of the person that you're serving. I think it's important that you understand what their needs are, both emotionally and physically. You need to understand what those needs are to be able to serve them appropriately. And the other thing you need to do is you need to also take good care of yourself. So understand your own need, your own health needs, and make sure you're maintaining that. Because like I always say, you cannot give what you don't have. So you have to be able to take good care of yourself first to be able to give other people. And the other thing you're going to learn very quickly is to be successful at this, you have to be patient. Patient is something you're going to have to exercise in this journey, and as much as you possibly can. The other thing I would say to do is to not let the fear of the journey takes over you, because it like I said, it can be lonely and it can be scary, but don't let that fear takes over you. And the other thing I will add to that is don't make decisions based on emotion. Look for something that makes sense. Your decisions should be guided by logic instead of emotions, because if you want to address all of the things that are coming your way emotionally, you're probably not going to do good for yourself, nor would you do good for the person you're caring for. So try to do what makes sense. So approach it in that angle. It will be helpful. And obviously with caregiving, you also want to make sure you're practicing all the good hygiene measures in place. You need to do that. these are really uncharted territory, so we need to be super intentional about our own self, our own health, so that we can give more, to be able to give more to others. There are some very serious consequences that comes with or risks, I should say, that comes with loneliness, that are associated with it, and some of those are premature death. Premature death is one of the things that comes with loneliness, as it relates to caregiving, but also dementia is also another risk factor for general loneliness, for somebody who's does not have that brain stimulation that goes on, that happens when people don't have that social interaction. That too, that can be, you can have a lot of other health consequences that comes with it, from stroke to heart disease to depression to anxiety and even suicide, are all related to this loneliness and isolation. And so you can see how problematic this is for anybody who's walking that journey at this point. Here is a few things that I would suggest for you, if you find yourself in that spot. Please reach out for help. There's always some kind of help out there. A lot of times people don't like asking for help, or because they feel like they are going to bother other people and they just didn't want to do that. But you're gonna need someone to walk this journey with. It's just the nature of caregiving. When you're gonna do it, you're gonna need that. So some helpful tips that I will give on that, since this is time of COVID and there isn't much of interaction happening face to face or in-person interaction. I would say look at the online support groups. There are many of them, and it seemed like COVID had just made it a space for it to be also. So there has been like a lot of new online support groups that are out there for those caregivers, to get the support that they need. So check out those on Facebook and LinkedIn and other different places that you could find online support groups. You can also find support groups through organizations like Alzheimer's Association, Parkinson, so cancer, disease-related support networks too are there that you can try to engage with and get support that you need. Talk to friends and families, if you're not tech savvy, that you cannot join maybe the online, the Zoom and all that, you can have support groups that meet over the phone. Those are also good. Talk to friends and families that you can problem solve with, because there's certain things you just need to get it out. You just cannot hold on to all of that. You have to get it out and problem solve with someone. And if you need to vent, I tell you, there's times that you will need to do that. Get someone who you're going to prepare for that. Then when you need to vent, you vent to them. If you need to cry, you have place to cry. You have a shoulder to lean on. And there are moments that you're going to find yourself laughing out loud. And that moments too, take it and just do it. Don't ever feel guilty about laughing, because the circumstances are dire. If you need to do it, it's good for your body and soul. So those are things that I have for you. I would also say share stories with the person that you are caring for, and receive stories from them if they're able to communicate back to you. and are cognitively able to share stories. Stories are very stimulating. So use that as a technique as well to be able to do that. But also look for support like respite. Respite is incredible. And you know what? If you're a family caregiver and you feel like you do not have money to pay for respite, there are also resources for respite. Call ADRC. Literally all of our 72 counties have some sort of ADRC associated with them. Call ADRC and ask for help for those kind of financial support that you could get to cover for respite. There are those resources out there, but please don't walk this journey alone. It can be detrimental to your health and wellness, and you, like I said, you have to be well and healthy to be able to give as much as you're able in the caregiving world. So thank you for tuning in again, and stay tuned. I'll be back another time. Thank you. Bye bye.